Hello guys, welcome to this video, Sans Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield, and well, first off, before I say anything, this video marks the hopeful return to my normal scheduling. A few things has happened. I just kind of needed to take some time off to kind of gather my thoughts and what have you, and to get a couple things done. First off, I think I'm going to need to re-revise my thyroid meds because I'm getting where I'm feeling tired and depressed again. So that's going to be something that I will probably have to do. And we have some sort of a summer, it would seem. We've had a few nice days, and the motorcade that you can hear outside is actually the council mowing the lawns, which is really good of them, actually. Let's be honest about this. Anyway, I've not come to sit here and talk about the advance of time and what have you. I've come here to talk about laptops. Now, speaking of laptops, before I do get onto the meat and tatties of this video, the Compaq Armada E500, the one with the 13.1 inch screen, that machine, as some of you will know, has been very faithful to me these past 4 years, since I got it back in 2012. It's been a very good laptop. Good build quality, good pretty much everything. Good display, good sound, amazing speakers, good processor, good graphics, tri-spindle, made by Compaq, ran Windows 98, exemplary. However, that machine is now no longer in my possession. Some of you will remember I have the 14.1 inch version of the Armada E500 now, which is slightly better for me because the display is bigger while maintaining the same resolution of 1024 by 768. Of course, the 15 inch version of the Armada, which I had one back in the day, has got a resolution of 1400 by 1050 pixels, which makes it really quite difficult for me to see, whereas the 14 inch version just has a good old fashioned regular XGA 1024 by 768 display. So you're probably wondering, well, what's happened to this machine? You've not just sold it, have you? No, I've not just sold it to any faceless person on eBay or any person with a face. The machine, I'm hoping, will reappear on YouTube soon. But if you want to see newer videos of that particular Armada E500, the channel to go looking for them would be Elmo3. That's right. I've actually sent my first E500 to Elmo3. However, I did rebuild it before sending it away. Sorry I didn't get any photos or video footage of that. It's the first time rebuilding one of those, and because it was an E500, because it was my E500, kind of special to me, I wanted to really concentrate, take the time to actually make sure it was done right. I even managed to fix the lid catch issue. So, I mean, that machine, I've just restored what I can restore. And, I've replaced some parts. I've replaced the palm rest. I've replaced the chassis, which actually did necessitate in a complete teardown and rebuild. There's a new trackpad attached to it now, I believe. Yeah, I think it's a new trackpad that I put on it. And, the drives, I do believe, work. I hope they do. I sent it via Parcel to Go, who tendered it out to UPS. And I've got to say, I mean, the paperwork was difficult, but, you know, customs and what have you. But the machine flew through. I mean, literally it took 2 days. No, it didn't. It took literally less than 24 hours for it to leave my house and wind up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States. So, you know, it's really, and then, I mean, had it not been the weekend, I mean, it, you know, would have probably been with Elmo 3. Probably would have been with Elmo 3 sooner, but, you know, it in total it took from Thursday, June the 2nd to Monday, June the 6th, you know, for it to complete its journey. And, you know, that is really quite impressive, because, I mean, I've sent stuff to the States before and it's taken months. But this, I think, was an express shipping, and believe it or not, was the cheapest option. You know, so thumbs up to Parcel to Go and to UPS as well. Anyway, let's get started with the meat and tatties of this video. This is going to be definitely Road Geek approved. The Dell Inspiron 6000. You guys have seen this a few times. It turned up, I got it, the lid's looking a wee bit scratched, I'm not sure I like that. This machine came to me with a 1.4 GHz Celeron. I can't remember if it's 256 or 512 megs of RAM, I'll have to refer back to that video. It had a, I think it was a 30 or 40 gig hard drive in it. Did have the DVD-ROM CDRW drive, but it was, the specs of it were very, very low. Actually, it could have had a 60 gig drive in it. But I mean, it wasn't the fastest machine. And it only had Windows XP Home Edition on it. Well, I undertook to upgrade the processor from the Celeron to a 1.86 gigahertz Pentium M. I also undertook to upgrade the RAM. I think I upgraded the hard disk. It's got an 80 in there now. I also updated the version of Windows on it, and even got a replacement panel for the machine with a COA for said version of Windows. So I upgraded it from XP Home to XP Media Center Edition. And let me tell you about this machine. It is bloody fast. However, even though, I mean, okay, the processor is a 1.86 gigahertz Pentium M, and I know I could go higher, but I'm not planning to, because, you know, I mean, those 2.13 gigahertz processors are expensive, and I don't feel the need to strip the machine all the way down again just to eke out a couple more, you know, a couple hundred more megahertz, or, you know, nearly 300, but yeah, maybe in the future, but I highly doubt it. However, what I am going to do is finish off the puzzle, as in try and make this as top spec as I can go, processor notwithstanding. So in that spirit, I've been shopping. I bought a couple of things that are just basically going to round this machine off. First thing, I finally took the plunge and bought a DVD burner. Would you look at that? And I have also bought a 100 gigabyte Hitachi Travel Star hard drive. So what I'm going to do in this video is, well, I'm going to fit them and then reinstall Windows XP Media Center Edition to the machine. And this, I think, will just kind of round everything off. Turn it from a good machine into a kind of an excellent machine. It's quite funny because Paramount Galaxy and I used to talk about getting a Dell Latitude D630 and maxing out the specs on it. Well, we may not have a Dell Latitude D630 anymore, but I want to make this the best Inspiron 6000 that I can. I could start with cleaning the lead, actually. Anyway, to remove and refit the parts is very simple on this machine. First off, we get rid of the power, then we flip the machine over. And with the machine flipped over, we can start working. So, the hard drive then. How would one go about removing the hard disk drive on a Dell Inspiron 6000? Well, first of all, one would continue to remove power to the machine. That includes the battery. It's got a full charge. Nice. And then just going to put the toolkit to one side. Because it's a Dell and not a Compaq, I can use a regular Phillips screwdriver. Rebuilding that E500, I've been messing about with all kinds of screwdrivers. Now, I know that there should be screws holding this down, but for some reason there's not. This is a hard disk at the other end of the machine. Basically, I'll just drag it out like any other Dell hard disk. And there you go. Toshiba 80GB hard drive. And this is actually secured with the correct number of screws. So the remove and reinstall procedure for this drive and this machine is basically the same for every other half decent Dell made in after the year 2000. Actually no, maybe a wee bit before, because you had the CPI and what have you. But yeah, I love how long they've been using these adapters as well. Okay, so I've just peeled that adapter off, and I'll put that disk drive to one side. And here is the new shiny 100GB drive, the shiny new 100GB drive. So all I do, just put the adapter onto this drive, and then I can go ahead now and then mount this drive, making sure the holes align up. I can mount this to the caddy. We'll have to find out some screws that will actually go in there so I can, maybe secure it. I mean, it's fine without, but it's nice to finish a job off. I'm sure other people are going to be coming up with lots of ways that I could expand and extend this machine, and yeah, I know, I'm sure I probably could put in a blooming Bluetooth 5.6 card with wireless Z on board, and I could put in an Intel cord. I could put in an Intel Atomic cord Celeron Pentium M cord Celeron Atom by replacing the motherboard with a bespoke one from Gigatron, and I don't know. But to be honest, I really don't want to do any of that. Anyway, now to remove the optical drive. This is also quite simple. all I need to do is I just undo this locking screw and then try and tip it out. Oh, there we go. Got it. And then all I need to do then is swap out my Phillips head for a tiny, tiny flat head. And then just kind of poke that in the hole and then just kind of jimmy the drive out. Actually, I don't even need to do that. Just basically kind of push the wee latch, and you see the drive is now coming out. So there we have it. CDRW DVD-ROM. Nice. So now it's time for the new drive. Unfortunately, on these machines, the drives are not swappable. Oh dear. So there's, oh no. So it is a DVD drive, but it looks like there could be a slight issue with the faceplate. Well, there's nothing I can really do about this loose thing. You just have to be really quite careful with it. I don't know how bad it will be in use, but I'm a wee bit disappointed in that, actually. I mean, I paid a tenner for the drive, which I guess is a good price, but, you know, I expect at least some level of it working. But I am going to keep a hold of the combi drive, so, I mean, there is that. Now, if the DVD burner doesn't work out, I can always put the combi drive back in for now, until I see about getting another DVD burner, or even see if I can get a faceplate for one. I mean, that wouldn't be such a bad idea. There we go. That's in. That is in. So let's flip the machine over and see if it works. So here we are. I've not screwed the drive fully in yet. I just want to have a look, see if it's working and what have you before I do anything. So I suppose with that in mind, I should probably have a bootable CD to hand. So why don't I get one? The version of Windows I'm going to be installing. Okay, so here we go. It's going to take a while to post. But it's a completely new drive in the system now. I don't know what's what anymore. So if I go down to device info, we see that the machine has detected a 100GB hard disk and a DVD RW drive. Sitrep, I've just bodged the drive together. Basically what I've done is put a wee bit of sticky tape just to kind of hold the bezel in place. It's not what I would recommend, and it's certainly not what I wanted for this laptop, but it works. And as you can see, Windows itself seems to be loading up absolutely fine off of the drive. So apart from the loose faceplate, everything seems to be in order, as far as I can tell anyway. So here we are at the out of the box experience. So let's get this thing set up. It'll protect me by turning on automatic update now. Who's going to be using this machine? Why, little old blue-haired me, of course. Very dark blue. I'm not going completely bananas. Thank you, this is now going to set up Windows XP. Now, if my calculations are correct, then what's going to happen now is the installation process has just got a wee bit more to go. And by a wee bit, I mean it'll take about 30 to 60 minutes to do. I'm really not sure exactly what. If I'm going to be completely honest. But, I mean, this is a Dell OEM Windows XP Media Center Edition 2005 DVD. And yeah, this is kind of part of the fun with the Windows XP Media Center Edition DVD from Dell. But the thing is, I mean, this does not need activated because it does it itself. It, you know, it realizes it's been installed to a Dell machine, you know, Windows XP Era 1, and it does everything it needs. Well, it seems that Windows is now shutting down. Let's see now what happens when it restarts up. I like that. Set up personalized settings for Windows Desktop Update. There we go. So that is Windows XP Media Center Edition installed on this machine, which now has a 100GB hard drive. And there's no OEM info. As you can see, there's really not much kind of difference here between this and the regular Windows Media Center Edition disk, except that, like I've said before, this is pre-activated. And at the end of the day, that's why I like to go for these Dell OEM Windows versions. Anyway, I think what I will do is I'll go ahead and install some drivers, and I'll catch up with you once I've done that. Well guys, it's probably about a week later now. First off, I'd like to apologise, and I know it's near the end of the video, but I'd like to apologise for not having the video out on Saturday. I'm still feeling kind of lethargic, what have you, but I'm trying to battle through it as best I can because, you know, being up, doing stuff. Anyway, this is Windows XP completely installed now on here, with Work Suite 2006, Microsoft Office 2003, Adobe Creative Suite 2, and Performance Test. I also have Power DVD 6 and Nero on here, but guess what I forgot to install? Zoom Text. So guess what? I can't bloody see a thing now! Anyway. So I guess what we'll do, we'll have a wee look at Specky. If I can actually find it. Sorry if I'm getting in front of the screen. There we go. So Specky is a program that will actually show you the specifications of the machine. Not sure, I mean I can't see it here, but I have had a look at it, you know, see exactly what it says. Basically what it's saying here, it's running Windows XP Media Center Edition. Well, it says XP Professional here, but that's what Windows XP Media Center Edition registers as. It's XP Pro, 32-bit. The DVD burner is listed as would be the Power ISO virtual drive. I've installed Power ISO on here. 2 gigs of DDR2 memory. Dell motherboard. Storage. Now it says it's got 2 graphics cards. That's not necessarily true. These older Intel cards used to actually register as 2 different versions. One for the laptop screen and one for the external VGA port. Although I could be wrong. Right, let me... Oh no, that's not the optical drive, sorry. That's actually the processor. See, can't actually see what I'm doing. Hard disk drive, 100 gigabyte. Although it registers here as 93 gigabyte because binary gigabytes versus base 2. Yeah. DVD-RW doesn't actually show the Power ISO drive here, thank goodness. And Sigma-Tel C major audio. So, yep, all that is shown. There's quite a lot installed on here, so this probably used up most of the hard drive. Actually, yeah, that is a bit of a surprise, actually. I mean, I really shouldn't be using that much up. I don't normally do this, but for the second time on my channel, I'm actually going to run a benchmark performance test. So why not? Let's see how this machine actually does. I want to see it screaming along. Obviously, it won't do that, but you know, it'll be quite interesting to see it anyway. This is benchmark performance test date. It's been around now since at least 2013, if not before. So yep, here we go. We're going to run the CPU test. We're going to run the floating point. So basically, this is just going to do what's known as a burn test of the machine. Burn-in test. Basically, it's going to just kind of run all the different parts of the system as fast as it can, with as much data as it can handle, and then from there we actually get comparisons, to similar systems. When I say similar, I actually mean something like an Intel Core i7 520M, is it? I can't read that. Yeah, so yeah, really getting to know what type of system this is. Well done there, Passmark. Have a bun, you deserve it. So now we're doing text and picture scaling. Different fonts. And I like how some of these tests are actually true to life. I mean, these are all tests of things that you would actually be doing on your computer every day. Accessing dialog boxes, doing text. Some people might mess about with photos, as this is doing here. Zooming in pictures. That's done quite a lot. And then we're going to see some games as well. This looks absolutely beautiful, but at this point is a slideshow. That's literally what it is. It's just like you get to see each individual frame. So, yeah, I mean, it's not that I was expecting anything amazing from these graphics. I mean, it's only Intel 910 graphics. Jeng's Criven's out my bob. Seriously. Oh, James, maybe I'm being completely unfair to this machine. I know I am. I know that this is not necessarily an appropriate thing to do with this machine, but, you know, I just kind of wanted to have a look what kind of a score that it might get. My desktop back in 2013 managed to pull a score of 1155, and that was with the Intel... That was with the GT610 in it. My Toshiba T2130 CT managed to pull a score of 5. Quite literally. Albeit using an older version of benchmark performance testy thing. But it managed to pull a score of 5. That was really quite entertaining, actually, because it was a race to the bottom between myself and VDR. And I think he'd got something like 6 or 7, and then I came in with my 75 megahertz DX4 powered Toshiba, whatever it was, the Toshiba T2130 CT. I installed a 1 gig hard drive for the occasion, so it would run Windows 95. I didn't really want to ruin my Windows 3.1 install. And yeah, it pulled a 5. And the fact that it ran at all, I think, is commendable. Anyway, this is still running. Disk populated, sequential. Right. So I mean, the hard disk bit is actually the last bunch of tests here. Obviously, if I had an SSD in here, if I had a SATA bus for an SSD to go on, and you know, good quality one, then yeah, that would be a lot faster, and it would definitely up the score, and probably definitely probably the overall performance of the machine would actually be increased, because everything runs from the hard disk, and if it's mechanical, it's just going to clatter away. So this has pulled a score of 69.2. No, yes, I know I am incredibly immature, but enjoy this. This laptop pulls a score of 69. I wonder if I could downclock anything, you know, just slightly, just to get a score of 69.0. Anyway, yep. So, looking at these scores, you're comparing it against completely the wrong machines, guys. Graphics had done a wee bit better than I would have thought. 3D graphics, obviously. Oh yeah, 2D graphics. Well, I would expect, actually. So that's, yeah, about where I think it is. Comparing it to much newer systems, probably should have gone for an older version of this software, and then it might have compared itself to systems that were actually more of the same, more of the vintage that this one is. So let's have a look at the health of this hard disk. It would seem it's fine, running at 40 degrees, good condition. So I think I've done quite well there, you know, getting the right disk drive, something that actually works. So with that, I think what I will also do is I think we should test the DVD drive. Now obviously we've already done that by installing Windows. But what about if I was to do something a wee bit mad and a wee bit out there, like, I don't know, play a DVD? How would it fare then? Well, we may as well have a look. And I must apologise, because this this DVD is used in pretty much most of my videos in which I test a DVD drive. And it's not a very good one to test it with. But, you know, it's what I have, and, you know, I really don't want to get done for copyright issues or what have you. So there's really nothing else that I could play, you know, unless I put in a DVD and played a movie trailer or something. I guess I could do that. But for the time being, I think what I will do is we'll just play it in Power DVD. Quiet. This is just going to load up. It's taking a while. But it is. Oh, I must have pressed play. So there it goes. Well, it's coming up towards the end of August. And pretty soon, it'll have been a month since Windows 10 was released to the general public. And you can watch this video, it's available on this channel. And what's more, Windows 95 can actually help you set up your DOS program for whatever it needs. So EMS memory, XMS memory, processor with at least 8 megs of RAM. Windows 95 may fail to boot on computers with more than approximately 4 available for Windows 95 every 6 months in the form of service packs. CNET said by the time Windows 95 was finally ushered off the market, 13. Now what kind of ridiculous, fat, liberal, blue-haired, girlfriendless Scotsman would do such a thing, you might ask? I really don't know, and to be honest, I don't want to know. Oh, wait. Moving on swiftly there. I completely forgot I did that. Well, now that I've just completely traumatized and therefore destroyed this Inspiron 6000, I think it's finally time to conclude this video. Like I said, I'm really sorry about the longer than planned hiatus, but I will try and be back now. There's probably going to be a couple of changes to my schedule. I will notify you of that, you know, soon, you know, as developments happen. But for the meantime, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and please do feel free to join me for my next one. QB bye.